Hi everybody, welcome back to this Sunday Serving channel. My name is Heinrich and I'm here with some more words of hope and truth from the gospel. You need them, I need them, we all need words of hope. And that's because there's so much trouble around us. You know, here in the US, we're focused on the recent election and all the political combat that engulfed our thinking and our news before, during, and afterwards. The strong feelings of mistrust and even hatred that will divide our country no matter who eventually is declared as president. That's distressing, and that's not hopeful. But that isn't the only crisis in our times. If you go around the world, there are many troubles, many crises, many wars. Some are even worse, more dire than because of the number of people that are affected and the scope of the suffering and the pain. In Yemen, 80% of the population are in dire need of assistance, even for basic food. They're literally starving to death. And I heard there's a growing conflict of war between Armenia and Azerbaijan, where many are being killed by bombings and artillery, gunfire, and thousands of families are displaced. They're homeless, and winter is fast approaching. And then there's the ongoing viral pandemic, which is on the uptick in many countries, including our own. And that's forcing lockdowns and isolation. Of course, all of those that are sick and in hospitals and dying. The biggest struggle we face is against fear and despair. Fear and despair grow and seem insurmountable whenever we forget that ultimately God is in charge. For true hope, we need to look to God. We need to look to Advent. I know it's a little early. We think of Advent as coming after Thanksgiving, but we need that today. We need to look to Jesus, our Savior and Messiah, because God sent His Son, Jesus, into the world to give us hope, to change us, to teach us how to find hope, how to find love, and how to find peace. Some of the most wonderful words about the coming of Jesus come from the prophet Isaiah. He spoke these words of hope to the people of Judah 700 years before Jesus was born. And in those times, that was a terrible time too. They had lost hope. They were in captivity in Babylon. But those words that Isaiah spoke to the people all those years ago speak to us today and encourage us today in whatever captivity we imagine ourselves in now. So listen to Isaiah chapter 40. He says, comfort, that's interesting, the word comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and proclaim to her that her service has been completed, that her sin has been paid for, that she has received from the Lord's hand double for all her sins. A voice of one calling in the desert, prepare the way for the Lord. That voice is still calling today. Prepare the way for the Lord. Make straight in the wilderness a highway for our God. Every valley shall be raised up, and every mountain and hill made low. And the rough ground shall become level, the rugged places plain, and the glory of the Lord will be revealed. And all mankind will see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. Isn't that beautiful that all of us will see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken? So today, just like in the time of Isaiah and the people of Israel, the seeds of comfort and of hope can and will sprout and grow in the soil of trouble and adversity. You know, it takes difficult times, it takes dark times to really long for and look for hope. We have to just look to God. We have to remember His promise of help and hold on to hope. That hope, still today, that hope is Jesus, God's Son, who came to earth, and one day He'll return here with His justice and make everything right. You know, if you go on with the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, there's more words of hope and comfort about Jesus here, chapter 42. Here is my servant whom I uphold. Here is my servant whom I uphold, my chosen one in whom I delight. I will put my Spirit on him, and he will bring justice to the nations. So Jesus will bring justice to the nations. He will not shout or cry out or raise his voice in the street. So it's a spirit of quiet, of gentleness that Jesus brings. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not snuff out. So even if we have the smallest little glimmer of hope or light, Jesus won't snuff it out. In faithfulness, he will bring forth justice. That's something we all long for, justice. He will not falter or be discouraged until he establishes justice on the earth. So that's so encouraging. God will not stop. He will not falter until justice is established on the earth. In his law, the islands will put their hope. So today, let's keep on putting our hope in God, in Jesus. Jesus is God's chosen servant, and his character is gentleness and encouragement. It's justice and truth. It's peace and hope. And so no matter what battles we face today, if they're real or imagined, it doesn't matter because the answer is the same. It's always the same. Every day was yesterday, it is today. And that is the coming of Jesus, that is Advent, that's following Jesus and trusting his teachings and hoping and believing that God can and will make everything right. We have to believe that. So don't give up, don't despair. Look to Jesus and hope for this coming, hope for it today. And you know, while we're waiting, we don't have to just wait and hope. We can be active in hope. We can be that hope. We can be that gentleness and that love to others around us, especially anyone who's caught up in the lies and the worries and the despairs, all the wars and the fighting that happen all around us. So let's do that, and God bless you. Thank you for watching.